You have once stated that only cowboys and Jews wear a hat indoors and are proud of it.
What I was saying was just that cowboys and Jews, they have this in common. They attach a certain amount of importance to this. And I think they're both vanishing breeds.
There's a hole through again.
Yeah, I think to me, my hat and my cigar and the guitar are the essentials. And maybe a cowboy shirt or something. And that's about it. But keep in mind, it's taken me so long to get to the battlefield. As Churchill, I've lately become a big fan of Winston Churchill because I see myself as a misunderstood genius. And people who see themselves as misunderstood geniuses love Winston Churchill. I don't know why, but that is why I love Winston Churchill.
I don't think Churchill saw himself as a misunderstood genius. I just think he saw himself as a genius.
Well, be it as it may, he was misunderstood for decades and decades. I mean, there's no question about that. He said things like, history with its flickering lamp stumbles down the trail of the past. How many politicians today could say something that clever?
But on the other hand, how many politicians have received the Nobel Prize in Literature except from Mr. Churchill?
The politicians that were our heroes are all dead. Every one of them. There's not a living elected official that anybody really respects and admires. I mean, you can't find one. They all descend from Neville Chamberlain. Every politician in the world today. And I'm a little different. I descend from the musician. And it's a giant step down from musician to politician, believe me. And my definition of politics, poly means more than one, and ticks are blood-sucking parasites.
So how come you got into politics?
I think I got into politics because I wanted to let the people into politics. That I'm definitely a man of the people. In Texas, we're the state that lost its way. I mean, we have such a great legacy and a great heritage, and we're totally run by small-minded people without imagination, without courage. And Churchill again says, action this day. I mean, let's do something. Now, Ray Price, the country singer, is 86 years old. I think this month. And Ray still performs, and he's terrific. I mean, any of you who know country music know Ray Price. He was Hank Williams' roommate in Nashville. I don't want to veer off on a weird tangent here. Ray said that he was getting in his car the other day, and a kid from down the street came up and said, how old are you? And Ray said, I'm 86 years old. And the kid says, who would want to be 86 years old? And Ray says, the guy who's 85 years old. So Ray has a lot of wisdom, and he told me never to run as an independent again. He said Jesus Christ would lose in Texas if he ran as an independent, which is what I did in 2005 for governor, and that was a race we won everywhere but Texas. And so this time it would be as a Democrat, and as an old-time Harry Truman Democrat. Happy warrior, and if we can do that, and legalize, tax, and regulate marijuana and gambling in Texas, we will be on our way. So we'll see what happens.
So those are new issues, because I saw that the last time you ran, one of your issues was lowering the speed rate at the motorways by the point.
I'll reduce the speed as the first. If I'm the first Jewish governor of Texas, I'll reduce the speed limits to 54.95. but we can't. This campaign is not a comedy. I mean, this is. I don't know who that was that said, to those who feel, life's a tragedy. To those who think, a comedy. I think it was a contemporary of Oscar Wilde's named Hugh Walpole, Walpole. And of course, Oscar was the one who said, a poet can survive anything but a misprint.
That's probably right. But it was Karl Marx who said that history returns, the first time it comes as a tragedy and the next time as a comedy. So perhaps you will triumph in your next election. I very much hope so.
Well, I certainly hope so too, because it's getting a little tedious. But it is interesting that musicians, you know, when I ran, I said that musicians could better run the country than politicians. That, of course, we wouldn't get a hell of a lot done in the morning, but we'd work late, we'd be honest, you know, and all that's true. They're very decent people, and politicians are just the worst. I mean, I think everybody knows that now.
Yeah, I think especially in this country right now, where the government is screwing up all the school teachers, as you might know. But you are, as we stated, a musician, an author, and a politician. And now we've talked about your politics. Now let's talk about